Just, like she has a smile that could melt 1,000 army trucks.
Yeah, it was not received well.
I mean,
She gave me a strange look, and I said, look, I just wanted to say it to somebody who knew none of the background of this statement just to see what would happen. And I said, and it all happened exactly like I thought it would.
I think that'd be a good pickup line if it actually followed something more theatrical, a little bit more something like this, like, "Hey, baby, you know you got a smile that'll melt 1,000 army trucks."
So it's a matter of inflection.
It's a matter of inflection.
Let me try
Has
it. Let me
nothing
try
to
it.
do with
Let me
the
try
can
it.
opening.
Right, let me try it.
Yeah.
Hey, darling, you got a smile that can melt 1,000 army trucks.
Hold on, let me see if it works the same with a bottle of water. Hey, baby, you got a smile, and I got 1,000 army trucks. I think they're, baby, my army trucks are melting. I got 1,000 of them. That smile, consider my army trucks, all 1,000 of them melted.
Girl, your smile could melt 1,000 army trucks.
Hey, everyone. I'm Austin Shazam Pfeiffer, and I've got a throwback for the boys and the girls.
I guess, Marcus, go ahead. I mean, he's throwing it. No, Tiny, you go second. If he's doing this, if he's starting this episode like this, go ahead.
I'm Austin Tiny Zent, and I'm a bad boy.
Oh, boy.
I am Dane Holland, and I'm a real boy.
I'm Marcus. I'm Electric Man. And there's a snake in my boots.
And his pants.
Is that on your Tinder profile?
Grinder.
This felt weird.
I got you. I've been wanting to do that for so long.
You'd know
I
why.
didn't like it.
You'd know why it felt weird if you'd listened to the past 50-something episodes of Nerd It Through the Grapevine, a podcast where four best friends gather weekly to talk about our favorite parts of past, present, and future nerd culture.
I'm going to step into the past, and it's going to be a fantastic journey since we're going to talk about past nerd culture in my topic today. And that's going to revolve around the toys that made me get excited to go to flea markets. Now, this doesn't seem significant to a lot of people, but given our area of the South, the toys that I would always find the most at the flea markets were these two things. And they're fantastic. They are yo-yos.
Yes.
Lord help me the amount of yo-yos I had growing up.
They were in, man.
Yeah.
They had a resurgence.
Dude, I remember as a child in middle school, I believe it was, there was a yo-yo guy come in, and he's like doing all these yo-yo tricks, and he's like, my yo-yos are the best. And so I went to go procure one of said yo-yos, and they were like $1 billion. So I did not procure one of his. And because like they didn't even have the bearings on the inside. And as a grown man, I bought me a yo-yo like maybe a year or so ago, and I got one of the good ones with the bearings in it, and it's awesome. I can't do shit with it. It goes up and down. That's it.
I mean,
can't
think
even
about
walk the
like the
dog?
fidget spinner nowadays. But it was like that, except the yo-yo had already been around for like probably 400 years. I don't know how long
And I
it's
mean,
been
the
around.
yo-yo was actually, and I'm not getting into the history of the yo-yo because that's a really fun topic within itself. It was actually a weapon when it was originally designed because they were made out of heavier. They were made out of heavy pieces of wood, and they were attached to strings still. But you were able to take those heavy pieces of wood and actually like launch them at people, and then retract those heavy pieces of wood back to you. It was freaking cool. But anyway, the Yomega brand specifically was the one that I just remember ruling the televisions. And that's the way children, those that have grown up in a streaming household, since those exist, they just these things called commercials. And when you watch a commercial, you have to, relate to that commercial. And if you don't, you see that commercial 500 times within 2 months. And all of a sudden, by God, you're going to get a yo-yo or you're going to throw a fit. You're going to try to pick up something that's way too heavy for you. You're going to get really red in the face. And you're just going to throw a fit. But I remember the brain, I think it was called the Brainstorm. I'm not even going to look it up. There was the Brain, because the Brain was the one that had the auto return.
Yeah. Yes.
And then they had the Fireball.
Yes.
And the Fireball was the one that had the plastic little axle on the inside of it that made it spin quicker and longer. Like, it would continue to spin even after its momentum had gone, just because like that little bearing on the inside provided extra movement for it. And I was kind of looking through their website earlier today just to get an idea, because I remember having like 5 or 6 of these 1999 at the time yo-yos. And they have got over 40 different varieties of yo-yo that they make that are based off the original 3 models. And the 3rd model that they made was a different style bearing. It had the ball bearing axle on the inside of it, and it was called the Crossfire. And that was the one that you could actually... I miss that. Oh, I got one of those at KB Toys.
R.I.P.
Oh, man, R.I.P. KB Toys. I think we've all shopped at KB Toys at one point in our lives.
I don't remember a KB Toys. Where was this place located?
It was in the mall.
It was in the mall.
I possibly did. The only thing I remember about the mall is the gentleman that was over by the little roundy do.
You're not supposed to talk to him, Tiny.
He had swords at his booth. How could I not?
Well, that's how he gets you. You're not supposed to talk to the man in the mall.
He had a booth with swords, and I love stabby, pointy, cutty things.
The brand I remember most was Duncan.
Duncan was the originator, because Duncan was the one that you had your butterfly yo-yo, and because those were the bad A ones, because they had just the right amount of threading on the inside of them that you could untwist them just enough to loosen the way that string sat, and you can get some mean, wicked spin and trick. But honestly, it was a risk to take inside of a house, because when those wheels get a little bit too spinny after you've loosened them up some, then they'll take a little
fly off.
It's something like off of a cartoon, except you're going to get a whooping for it.
There was my friend Jeffrey back in the day. I won't say the last name, but my friend Jeffrey, he had gotten one from a gas station called Alcorn's Market. Was that the name of it?
That was it.
In our hometown?
Yep.
It was a gas station, but they had this specific yo-yo that had the bearings, it had the axle in the middle, whatever, which I think they all have axles technically, but a special axle. And also it like lit up different colors on both sides, and it was something I coveted more than anything. Like in that moment, avarice took hold of all of my being, and I had to have this yo-yo. No idea who made it, no idea how good it was compared to everything else on the market, but I eventually got one, and it was amazing for 3 days.
Yes.
I tore it up, both metaphorically and then physically, because the outer ring of the outside parts of the yo-yo like fell off of one side, and it would technically still spin, but the LED string started to fly out of that one side, but it would still spin. And then the other side's faceplate came off, but it would still spin. And on that side, the LED strips were, it looked like a little like squid on one side with the LEDs, and on the other side, it just had one strand of it popping out. And eventually it seemed like it exploded into a million pieces with the ball bearings and everything flying everywhere. But I loved it for those 3 days.
You would have belonged in a Daft Punk video, like the lights were out and all it was just you and that yo-yo with the LED squids going on the inside like that.
Mentioning Daft Punk is a little too soon for me, by the way. I'm still, yeah. I cried in our driveway whenever they split up and made that movie or that little video.
I'm here for you, brother.
Thank you.
I'm here for you. Now, my favorite yo-yo, it was like the worst yo-yo of all time. It was like, I'm not a baseball boy, and it's cool for people that are, but I had a Cubs branded yo-yo. The only people that had these yo-yos were like the players, their families, that sort of thing. I knew a lady who was related to somebody that worked for the Cubs, so she was able to procure one. She shows up to church. She's like, "Hey, I got you this yo-yo. It's a Cubs yo-yo," and I'm like, "Cool!" Like, I got me a yo-yo, and it's like it's exclusive. Like, nobody else can get this yo-yo. I'm like, exclusive. So, you do the trick of like taking the string off and loosening it so it can sleep, because it's a crappy one and don't have bearings, but it's exclusive. You can't get it because this is exclusive. Also exclusive. And so yo'd the yo with it. It would not sleep. It was such trash. The Cubs branding wore off very quickly. I still have it, but it looks like a semi-transparent dark blue yo-yo, but it's exclusive.
Take a Sharpie and just write that on it.
Exclusive.
Marcus, what's your experience with yo-yos?
I could do the pendulum trick.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what kind of yo-yo I had, but it slept, and I could do the little pendulum.
That's the cat's cradle.
Yeah, that one.
I think it's called the cat's cradle.
And sleeping, for those of you who are not part of the yo-yo world, back whenever we had the fad going on, that's when it keeps spinning, but the string's just straight down, and it's just spinning down there. It's not coming back up. It's still spinning.
Yeah.
And then you can make it come back up later. That's how you walk the dog.
Yeah. Yep.
Let it spin on the ground with it all the way out, and then you pull it back up.
And I remember the downfall of those.
They come back up eventually. Yeah. So you don't have to really worry about the downfall of a yo-yo, because as soon as it falls down, you can bring it back up.
Until they don't, because they were so cheaply made, because they were fake models.
Until they come back around.
Yeah, it was the fake model Yo-Megas that ruined them for me, because I would go to the flea market and I would find them like labeled the right way and they looked the right way, but I'm a kid, so they would probably say like Yo-Megans or something like that.
No Mega?
Or No Mega or Go Mega or something, and I'd be like, Mama, I want this yo-yo. My mom would be like, how much is that damn yo-yo? And I'd be like, I don't know how to read.
Mind you, 1999, and you were born in 89. So 10-year-old you.
Okay, fine.
Are you making fun of his dyslexia?
It's okay.
No, it was a lisp, and he fixed it.
Oh, okay.
But honestly, no, there was the inferior quality of them that ruined it for me, and I just kind of stopped wanting them, because I'd get one every time we went to the flea market, which was way too often when I was a kid, and I would just get a new yo-yo every time, and they would all be those kind from Alcorns Market. By the way, it's Alcorns Market.
That's what I said.
You said Alcorns.
Oh, I did say Alcorns.
Yes, and which would be an appropriate pronunciation if we weren't from Sparta, but if anybody from Sparta hears this and we said Alcorns and not Alcorns, it would have been a slight offense.
Truth. Did y'all, as children, try to traverse to the naughty corner of Alcorns, or was I the only one?
I didn't.
But
I do remember
they still have the naughty corner memories,
I do remember they also sold other things, because they're really quick to like hop on stuff that's like fads. Like
Beanie Babies.
Yes, all that kind of stuff. They also had the Tamagotchi.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And if you've never had a Tamagotchi, you're missing out, because this was the original digital pet. So it's going to be it was made in Japan in 1996 and was released in 1997 for the rest of the world. So these little egg shapes were actually, Tamagotchi stood for Egg Watch. So they were egg shapes. They were on the end of a keychain, like little tiny egg watches. So they were digital pets. They were made by Bandai. Mm-hmm. And they were massively popular. You never had a digital pet or anything like those?
Like a Neo? Was it Neo? Did Neopets have, or was that only online?
I think it's starting to
click.
click.
Neopets were online, but then they moved to this kind of platform to try to sell online base more. Because Tamagotchi, which this blew my mind upon researching today, Tamagotchi actually decided that their line wasn't selling well enough with both of the sides of the coin. So they said, well, the girls are really loving these Tamagotchis, so we need to make Digital Monster Virtual Pets, a.k.a. Digimon, Digital Monsters, Digimon are the champions. That's where
No.
Digimon came from. Digimon,
No.
oh my gosh.
Dude?
Yeah, Daddy.
What?
Released in 1997 by Bandai, this pet was a masculine counterpart to the Tamagotchi, which was deemed more appropriate for girls.
Hold on.
I had a Tamagotchi.
I'm offended. I had a lot of Tamagotchis because
I had so many
they kept disappearing.
Tamagotchis, and my mom actually kept one of them alive for 2 days while I was at school. I'd play with it when I got
Aw.
home, and she actually, I bet she had fun, but she would never admit it.
No.
See, I knew there was a reason I like Pappy. Hi, Pappy. I love you.
She's never going to listen to this.
I don't care.
She hates radio shows.
But your mom's
She
awesome.
really does. On even like real radio shows and not a podcast where people are specifically listening to listen to you talk, she hates radio shows because Paul Harvey died.
But I
And
mean,
We
that's the
didn't kill
rest.
him, right?
No, we didn't.
Okay.
And that's the rest of the story.
I mean, like I said, though, your mom's awesome. Just throwing that out
I
there.
appreciate you.
Yeah.
But yeah, Digimon spawned from the Digital Monster Tamagotchi. They literally made the show to better sell the toys.
That's
I never knew that. I thought it was the other way around. I thought those toys came after the show. No, even the designs in the show were based off of some of the original packagings that they came in.
Why is one Digi and one's Pokey?
Well, because once, Jesus,
Well, see, one of them, you pokey it with appendages.
do you
The
want
other one, you just
I feel like he's lying to
put a
me.
I think
digit
he
in
is.
it.
Is he
you-
deceiving? Are you using deceit?
do you?
I
do you
don't know.
really-
I didn't roll very high on that one.
do you really want to know the difference? Because I can explain it really shorthand for you.
Please.
Pokemons is short for pocket monsters.
Pocket men.
Pocket monsters, meaning they actually fit into that little ball. It shrinks down to the size of something that can fit into your pocket. Cool.
Yeah, pocket
that's how
men.
they're described. But then you've got Digimon, aka
Digital
digital monsters,
monsters.
which their canon is based within a digital world to where everything is data based.
Now I get
Instead
it.
of carbon based.
You've solved an ancient mystery for me.
Digit
I've
man.
never
Appreciate
known
you.
this.
I hope you liked it.
What is
Digit men.
what is odd though, but with Pokeballs, I'm not sure the exact lore behind what happens to make the Pokemon fit in there, but I'm pretty sure the physical Pokemon, are turned into digital ones and zeros to be able to fit into the Pokeballs. So they're technically, if that theory is correct, they're technically Digimon
also.
when they're inside the
I
Pokeballs,
thought
right?
it was like a genie in a bottle.
You know what
thing.
I always hoped was happening whenever the Pokeball was shaking to wait if it was captured?
Like their whole home was being rattled back and forth.
No, I was hoping they were like having to be forced to relive like their existence from their beginning to the point to where the ball hit them to decide what was going to go on after. That's why there was such an internal struggle.
Oh, it just made me think of like it brought them back to being in the womb of
Yeah.
their mother Pokemon, and
I
they're
have
being
no idea where
birthed.
they're going with this.
They're being birthed every single time the Pokeball
Yeah.
opens. Oh, that
Yeah.
would be traumatic.
Yeah, but only before you catch them. So that's why they're fighting you so hard. Once you catch them,
Right.
it's a peaceful
Okay.
environment.
Because you're their dad now.
Yeah.
I'm a genie in a bottle, baby. Gotta rub me the right way, honey.
Oh, I will.
But
Yeah, that's Beyonce.
But
She's
that
awesome.
that blew my mind to find out that those little toys that they used to sell at Walmart actually spawned a series which I have dedicated freaking hours upon hours, days of my life. But yeah, that's going to be kind of where I wanted to go. And there was one more as well. There was a side shoot of it, which I had way too many of because they had a baby T-Rex. It was called the Gigapet. And the only reason I
I
remember
think that's what I
remember that
remember.
one.
because Gigapet licensed things first. Because Tamagotchi didn't hop on all that. Gigapet was made by Tiger. And Tiger was like, all right, let's get some licensing. We're going to make Marvel. So they made like Marvel character Gigapets to where you would help to like actually raise up a young character become a Marvel hero. It was weird. And then just like you would start off with a small puppy in the Dalmatian from 101 Dalmatians, and you'd start off and you'd grow it into a larger dog. It was cool. They licensed it correctly, and they sold a ton of them. And I had the one that was the baby T-Rex from the Lost World Jurassic Park.
So Joe Exotic made Gigapets?
Yeah, well, no, because the
I
main
saw a
song.
tiger, and the tiger saw a man.
No, no, because the main title of this, like the main title song of Gigapets, is "Don't Neglect Your Gigapet," and that
Really?
yeah,
That's an odd. That's an odd thing.
yeah, because you have to actually pay attention.
You're a bad person if you ignore your gigapet.
Yeah, like it lit. I could, and I don't remember the
Make
entirety
new
of that
laws
song.
on it.
Yeah, wouldn't that be something?
PETA comes after you.
Yeah, Griffin. Peter.
This is digital animal cruelty.
Oh, Peter. Lois.
Oh no!
I just want to know how your Gigapet is going to ring the bell to go outside and potty.
It doesn't.
I'll train
it
him.
doesn't. You forget to look at it for 25 minutes while you're eating some macaroni and cheese, and it has pooped everywhere, and it's living in it, and it's dying of dysentery, Oregon Trail style.
Did you bury it?
I didn't have to. It just disintegrated in the digital world.
I think it is time for us to re-envision, reimagine, if you will, another Hollywood classic.
Here tonight at 9:25 post meridian.
Yes,
Yes.
Captain's Log.
What should we remake?
I had a hard time deciding, but I think Toy Story would be fun.
Reimagine movies. Reimagine movies. Reimagined.
Reimagine movies.
Reimagined. Hell yes. Okay. Give me the.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God! Why did we just chant that? Oh my gosh!
Help me.
So yeah, I don't know. Should we start with a trope or should we just start casting this thing? Should we keep it CG?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because CG's big still, right?
I've got a title for it. Mom's Toy Story.
I would hate to be a voice actor on Mom's Toy Story.
Oh, okay. So we get Morgan Freeman. So we get Morgan Freeman to narrate.
Morgan Freeman narrate.
Yeah, see,
and it was then that he disappeared.
here's how it starts.
So hold on. So hold on. Just to be clear,
he's just the narrator.
just to be clear, are these adult toys
Yes.
that this movie
Yes.
revolves around?
Yes. The opening scene of the movie, you see this really nice bedroom. Okay,
Woody? Woody? Does he still wear a cowboy hat?
Woody and Buzz Lightyear.
Does he still wear a cowboy hat?
Absolutely. But
Because
it's-
Woody's
it's
cowboy
at the
hat's
base.
the end of the plug. Because he can't go up.
Yes.
It's a stopper. It's a stopper. It's a stopper in the plug. And then, of course, you're going to have Buzz. But he's so afraid now.
Why?
Also, just so everyone's aware, please be safe when using your Woody. That make sure there's a plug because a lot of people don't realize your rectum becomes a vacuum and it pulls things in there. That's why the base is flared. But so you see the bedroom and there's light coming in through the window, and there's a nice hardwood floor, and Morgan Freeman is like, oh, it was a sunny day. Da, 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 da. He's setting the scene and setting the vibe or the mood or whatever you want to call it. And the camera zooms in on the bed and like coming down at an angle, and you see the shoebox. And the shoebox begins to rattle back and forth. And you hear Woody and Buzz arguing. And Woody stands up and he's like this.
But hold on.
And he looks
Because
like Jeff
in
Bezos'
Toy Story-
spaceship.
Oh, God. The Toy Story that, we're doing the first one. And in that one, Buzz is like this new toy that's been bought recently.
Oh, yeah, that's
But
right.
so-
but in his toy canon, he was trained to be one thing because he believes that because he's high tech and because of his shape that's rounded and electrified.
Well, hold
and
on.
stuff.
He buzzes.
Buzz thinks he's an alien. Buzz thinks he's like literally a
right.
spaceship. So this new contraption that's been bought has to have some sort of delusion as well, I think. I think
Yeah.
that would be, maybe it thinks it's an alien.
I'm into
Can he
that.
be voiced by Pauly Shore? I would rather Buzz Lightyear be
Yes.
somebody less regal in atmosphere. I'd rather Buzz Lightyear be more like PTSD, like he was trained for one thing and this is what I've become. Like, bro.
In my head, okay, you know the one that's got the little the bee whoop on the side. It's like doing the "I am the captain now" thing.
I
know,
think the
'cause
mom.
it's a rabbit.
I think the mom is going to have a line in the movie instead of Woody where she says, "There's a snake in my."
You got a friend in me.
Just remember what your good pal said, 'cause you got a friend in
Inside me.
I've got a friend in me.
I would not have picked this.
You got a friend in me. Just remember what the old pal said.
And so we've got this. Okay. Now we have.
Woody's in the butthole going.
Oh, it's Gary Busey's the voice of Woody.
When he finally gets used again.
When your ribs look rough ahead.
Oh my god! And the thing is, though, his teeth sound like wood when they chatter together. Because he's so nervous, like what's coming next? Is it?
So there is the evil neighbor.
Yeah, Daddy.
There's the evil neighbor who, I guess, buys a lot of like secondhand adult toys and like mangles them and creates like these monsters
he
with
makes
them.
these weird bondage toys out of all the broken leftover sex toys he finds in trash cans.
And he blows them up.
And he's voiced by Patrick Warburton.
Yes.
Yes,
Whoever that is.
Who is that?
He's the voice of Crunk off of The Emperor's New Groove. He's
The
also
Tick.
the voice of Joe off of Family Guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
The
he'd be,
Tick.
so he'd be like he was also the voice of the Tick. He was the Tick.
He was
live
the tick
action.
in the live action.
Nice.
Yeah. It would be a very good person to play Sid. The next door neighbor. Yeah. So he would play Sid, and he would be over there, and he'd be all talking to the toys like, "You're my wonderful creation." And that's the best I can get.
And
you.
the whole time he's wearing a bondage mask.
Yes,
He's got the mouth unzipped.
So instead of Sid's T-shirt, it's on his face.
Yes.
Yes, he's wearing a full-on gimp suit.
Yes, because he has no shirt. He has no shirt. Like what the pattern on Sid's shirt was in that movie, like that little skull. That's what is the mask of his face. He has to unzip.
No.
Oh, Morgan Freeman as the voice of Mom though still has me shook, and I hate it.
I
But
like
it's
the
Morgan
idea.
Freeman doing a female voice, the best that he can. So like he's trying to sound like a woman, but it's just
I don't
it's
like how
Morgan
you've
Freeman.
tested my brain right now.
Oh, me neither.
And this is
Imagine that.
So
doing Morgan.
there is a
Freeman.
part where Woody and Buzz, oh God,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
sneak into a pizza place, and they sneak into like one of the little claw machines.
No, they sneak into a child's pizza place like a
See,
Chuck E.
look,
Cheese.
look, that's just mom having some alone time in the bathroom at her child's birthday party. She's so bored that she's got to go just wear one out by herself.
They
for a
sneak into
minute.
Mom's
But
purse.
how does Sid acquire the mom's toys? Because Sid ends up with Woody and Buzz.
Well, see, Sid, he stalks mom.
Oh,
He
no.
stalks her because he finds her very attractive. Like he's been looking through the windows at her, doing things with her toys. You know, playing army men.
So he's
or
a
whatever you want to call it.
voyeur. Is that what you
Yes.
call it?
Yeah.
So he's a
and-
creep.
yeah. So he just like snatches
Well,
the purse.
I
in the
guess we
parking
know he's a
lot.
creep if he's making these like
Well, yeah.
Frankenstein's monsters out of
Yeah.
adult toys.
Is it a foyer or a foyer?
Voyeur. I
Voyeur?
don't know.
I don't know. No, a foyer is what you walk into in a house.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a hallway automatically,
Yeah.
or in a
Voyeur.
okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
It could also be called a mud room, but that's if it's the back door.
Plymouth Voyager, is that a van?
Tiny.
You've never heard of a mud room?
I have heard of a mud room, but
It's like a foyer at the back door.
well,
Oh, yeah, it is.
yeah,
He
is.
makes a correct
It's-
statement.
It's
but
for
down-
when guests show up at your back door. They're in the mud room.
Well, let's have a recap so far. What we've got going on.
Okay, so I showed up here. At
No,
about 8:35.
not when you got showed that. Like in this movie, in this Mom's Toy Story.
Okay, recap?
Yes, a recap so far.
Woody is jealous of this high-tech new toy that Mom's having so much fun with and ignores him.
Oh, and Woody's voiced by
Well,
I forget.
Pauly Shore.
Gary
no,
Busey.
Gary Busey.
Oh yeah, Woody's
Because of
Gary
the chattering
Busey.
teeth.
Yeah.
Right.
Pauly Shore's Buzz.
Yes, Pauly
Yes.
Shore's Buzz because of how sporadic and frantic he sounds.
And then the guy that plays Joe on Family Guy is the neighbor.
Sid.
Sid.
Patrick Warburton.
Yes, Patrick Warburton, and he only sounds like himself barely any in the entirety of the whole thing. The rest of the time, all you hear is him talking to the toys.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's more like Bane.
Until he unzips his mouth.
And he ends up with the two of them because he's a nasty boy.
Yes.
And he steals the shoe box
Yes.
because he's nasty.
Well, no, he snatches the purse at the Chuck E. Cheese from Mom.
Oh, that's where he got it. Okay.
She brought both
And
of
he
them.
was-
Okay, yes. Okay, so Buzz is in her purse just for, because that's her EDC.
They're both in her purse. yeah, it's her EDC.
And so, but Woody would sneak into her purse too, but because doesn't he sneak to the pizza place? Because
Yeah, he
Andy,
does.
Andy
He
can
does,
only
yeah.
take
He goes.
one.
He jumps out the window and hooks onto the back of the car.
And I like it that if she still writes her name on
Oh,
it,
absolutely.
because Woody has Andy's name written on this bottom of his shoe,
Well-
so she writes her name on
Yeah.
all of her toys.
she can have the same name, but instead of a Y, you put an I.
Andy, yeah.
Now,
Oh, my
what I was thinking was this is all set in the Toy Story universe to where this is actually
Right.
Andy's mom, and that's Sid's dad next door.
Oh,
So she named her toys after
her toys come alive too.
Yes, exactly. They're all in the same house, but they don't interact.
Spelled differently.
Oh, shut up.
But your toys come alive.
Okay,
Ooh.
you put. Oh, never mind. I'm not going to make that. Never mind. I can't.
What?
I was
Make
gonna
it.
say you can't put that in my mouth, like those words in my mouth. But yeah. Oh my
Tiny,
God, this is awful.
what's about to happen?
Y'all are I did not.
All right.
I did not mean to make all that canon. I'm so sorry, everybody.
Well,
It's not always about you, Marcus.
It's fantastic. I love that.
We did it.
Yeah.
I love everything about this.
I'm just imagining that final scene of them on that rocket because he's like
Yes.
they're like rolling down the middle of the road and he's trying to save him from a rocket.
Except it is a dildo that is a purple air cannon propelled dildo that gets launched into the just into the air, and they're holding on.
It would
to
be living too.
Like Jeff Bezos.
I've got a question.
and
though.
it would be the voice of Jeff Bezos.
would Mr. Potato Head be one of them fist ones? Oh, one of them fist dildos. Would that be Mr. Potato Head?
No.
Just dangling on the end of the damn ball bear, just like
Hold on, I feel like Mr. Well, let's say I feel like Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head being like a little couple there.
That's
It would have to be like
double ender dildo.
It would be like have to be one for him and one for her too.
No, Mr. and Mrs. They're just double ended dildo, bro.
I just imagine
That's a thing that exists.
the mom in the Morgan Freeman voice, just like, I'm about to make you mashed potatoes.
Gonna mash my potatoes.
Well, now I want to just recast all the other like what the dinosaur guy would be.
Or the Slinky Dog.
Oh no.
That's probably a colon snake.
Have you ever had a potato come in contact with a walnut? That's what happened when Andy's mom was at play.
Oh my God.
Oh no.
Just like that, Woody.
What an abomination.
Well, I feel like the best part would be you never actually see Mom playing with her toys.
No.
But you kind of hear the bzzz, and it's like you see the bed shaking.
Well, every
so it's all
time-
like heavily insinuated.
Every time Buzz is put back up, he thinks he's been in hypersleep. He thinks he's been on some space adventure. And so he comes back retelling the whole story, but really he's just been activated like with a lot of electricity.
He doesn't know where he's been, but he swears he's been underwater.
Must be some kind of ectoplasm.
he always looks at Woody. He's like, "You smell like shit."
I just don't understand what's going on here.
She used me all the time.
What?
She couldn't get enough. I'm so sorry, everybody.
No, that was wonderful.
I'm
sorry,
not. I'm
too.
proud of this.
Well, half of us are sorry, half of us are proud. But my name is still going in the credits. So is yours, Marcus. Oh, boy.
Earlier today, I gave y'all a prompt, and I wanted you to come up with a name of a country that you want to found. So I guess we'll start with Austin and work our way around.
I was not a recipient of said prompt.
Oh,
I
no.
did it in the group text.
I was not a recipient of said prompt. But at the same time, I will take the prompt, and a country I would like to found is Goodfishia.
Okay.
Good fish?
Goodfishia.
Goofishia?
Goodfishia.
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 Kind of like great poops.
Good feet. Please, God, take care of them.
Okay.
Whole motto. Where our feet are proud and mighty and smooth as the mountain air, where the rivers flow so clearly, 'cause no more dirt was their clean feet. That is our country. I didn't get the prompt. What do you need from me?
You gave me more than what I needed, but what's kind of funny is one of my friends sent me feet pics today. Dane, so what's the name of your country?
My country.
Yesterday, not today, sorry.
My country is named Peensburg,
Okay, nice.
and our song is "Where the mountain air is soft, and the ocean's water has salt." And there's feet next door, but not over here. It's Peensburg forever.
Peensburg.
Nice. Okay, Marcus?
Why couldn't you let me go first?
Now it has to be body part related because you got to follow suit, otherwise
Well,
you
it's
suck.
not. Exactly. Thanks. So I wanted to create the Sovereign and Peaceful People's Alliance of Uflia.
Okay.
Just sounded like a nice place to live.
Awesome.
Uflia.
We don't have a song yet. I haven't got that far into it.
help you.
Well, I'm glad we could all share this moment. It has absolutely nothing to do with my topic. I was on the dark web the other day.
Wait, really?
Yeah. And
Oh my god.
yeah, so I'm convinced my dog's a spy. I don't know if it's for the government or for some agency that's animal related. I'm unsure, but I came across a communication that she sent off to her boss, I guess.
Was it on a computer?
It was on my computer. I was in the shower. She was like,
Did it-
subject is in the shower.
Did it ruin the keyboard?
No.
Well, you came across it.
Doggone
I've
it,
seen it
Austin.
because she forgot to
Doggone it.
erase it. It was from Special Agent Pibble sent to somebody called Southpaw. And I'm unsure how long this has been going on. My dog's a spy, people. I've determined that the wagging of the tail is how they transmit.
Antenna.
Yeah, it's an
It's an
antenna.
antenna,
That's
right.
what it is. And she's always walking around my house, flailing that antenna everywhere. And I'm on to her. And I told her, I said, look, Special Agent Pibble, I know what you're doing, but I still love you.
Now, has she ever looked at you and made you pause because you're barking up the wrong tree?
Sometimes.
Okay.
See, I've determined that, when you go to pick a pet and you get that feeling like this one's mine. This is the pet that I'm going to procure and take home.
Yes.
See, they infiltrate your mind before you go, and they implant the thoughts, so you automatically pick the agent that's assigned to you.
Oh my gosh!
So Willie, he's spying on you.
he's like the
My
only,
William would never.
he's the only
He
one.
is.
He was the only one left, wasn't he? Or did
He had a brother.
you didn't like his brother though for some reason?
He's
What was-
too expensive.
His brother
He's
was
more
too,
expensive.
His brother was more expensive.
Yeah.
For why?
Because he was more Merly
No,
than
no,
William
no,
is.
Mer-
William's
no,
not
William's-
as Merly.
William's perfect. I don't like that.
I know.
But they knew you would do that.
They knew.
Yeah.
That is
But like Millie, we haven't got Millie yet, and Millie is like, she was the only brown one of her litter.
Yeah.
They knew
Yeah.
they would stand out.
You made the mistake of telling them that you wanted a little girl dog.
Yeah,
So,
that was been implanted in your mind.
That was your mistake.
Yeah, I wonder if they all have the same handler.
No, I'm William's handler.
No. Like from the organization that assigned them to you, because I know Nola. That's your code name apparently. Her handler is Southpaw.
So it's
That's her boss. That's who pays her apparently. I still have to feed her, which is bull.
Speaking of bulls, if Owen Wilson was to represent any of those animals, you know what kind it would be? Cow.
I don't get it.
what?
I'm sorry, I'm drunk.
What was that supposed to mean?
Cow.
Cow. I don't know if this is some kind of reference.
No, just Owen Wilson.
He
Wow.
says "wow"
Cow.
all the time. So he said, "Cow is the what? The name
Yeah.
of
Of the agents he represents, the ones that he handles.
they're called cows." Now you're bringing cows into this?
Yeah, they're all sorts of animals are spies, man.
Cows are big dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're so observant. They gather in herds.
That you can milk.
Yeah, you can milk.
I guess
them.
you can milk a dog.
What?
Go on, Marcus.
I mean, you can.
You can't. What else?
Ooh, that's
You have
gross.
proof?
How'd this go? How'd it go? I want to know.
I didn't
I
do
mean,
it.
you can also milk a bull, but ooh. Now, the whole point of me saying things about the dark web was I got to research to see if other people have stumbled across this fact. On the regular people internet, nobody is aware of this. But on the dark web, I have found people talking about animals being spies. Some of them think it's the NSA. I have no reason to doubt that.
There are
I
many
mean,
who think birds aren't real.
They're not. They're,
Oh, yeah, well.
they're all
That is-
hallucinations.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I mean,
and-
have you ever touched a bird?
No.
No.
Exactly. Marcus, ever touched a bird?
I don't think so. No.
See?
And I've only held one macaw in my life.
Yeah.
And that was a military macaw. So it had military in the name. So it was specifically designed to fool me.
Yeah. I quote unquote supposedly held a baby chicken one time. But since they don't exist, it was obviously not a chicken. I held nothing.
The flightless birds count, though?
They don't exist because birds aren't real. And if you're on the dark web, please, people, be careful.
I went
Because
there once.
there you can find some really bad things. And just be careful, protect yourself. Use a VPN or a Tor browser. Tor browsers are better for it.
That's what I used from whenever I went on it once a long time ago.
You had to, just to make sure that nobody's overlooking your investigation into the dog government conspiracies because you might know too much.
Well, see, it's not a conspiracy theory at this point. It's conspiracy fact. And I've not yet determined if it's from the government or if there's some secret underground pet government that's trying to rule the world. I feel like my desire to have a potbelly pig is influenced by this shadow organization.
You've already got a name for
I know.
it. And it's a name.
Wait,
His
pulled
name
from-
would be Toby.
You've
Or
had a
if-
Toby.
It was pulled from my memory. They got the wrong Austin's memory and put it into
Yeah.
a different freaking animal.
And,
Inception.
if we got a female potbelly pig, we would name her Petunia.
And that's fine because Trudy loves Petunia.
Yeah.
Petunia was a key character in Trudy's D&D conquest.
Yeah.
I found drugs on the dark net one time.
Was you on Silk Road?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was counterfeit money and drugs
Yeah.
and a lot of other stuff on there. And I got nervous and I reformatted my computer.
Yeah.
I got nervous.
Well, he was on a Tor browser, so the likelihood of that being linked back to you is slim.
Just-
And it's not illegal to be on the dark web. It's all according to what you do on there.
That's a good point. But you couldn't tell like 19-year-old me that.
True. I mean, I probably would have done the same thing at that particular point in my life too.
It's the dirtiest I've ever felt, I think. Like going there.
I knew people that got
I mean,
Drugs
I
off of the
stumbled on a
dark web.
red room. So
What'd you say about Red Room?
I said I stumbled on a red room.
What is a Red Room?
A red room is a website. It's kind of like a chat room with a video feed of someone being murdered.
I don't like that.
I didn't like it either.
What I was saying was, though, that I knew somebody that had bought drugs off the dark web, but yours is much, much more of a I don't want to be here situation.
Yeah.
The fact that I know those things exist, that hurts me.
Was I your friend that bought drugs on the dark web? Because I
No.
didn't buy anything.
What kind of drugs did they buy on the dark web?
Steroids, anabolic steroids.
And they trusted these shady people on the dark web to supply them with quote-unquote good drugs?
Dude, a lot of people do that. You'd be surprised.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean,
Marcus has no idea what you're talking about, but
they also do that on Kick, so,
Kick?
Kick?
yeah.
What is Kick?
Kick.
It's like an app where you can text people. And it's like Facebook Messenger without Messenger. There's literally a Cookville drug page.
Hey, you gonna kick me later?
Is that what that's called? Is that what people say that?
I don't know. I just
Is
said
that
it
for
just now.
drugs?
I don't know.
Oh, man. I
just
don't
thought
know
it was
anything
funny.
about drugs.
Yeah.
Like, you hear
But,
people
you know, circling back, our pets are spying on us. That's the super main point here. They're spying on us. Their tails wagging. That's them transmitting. And I will say, Nola did not enjoy it when I grabbed her by the tail and screamed in her antenna. She, in fact, hated that. I guess because it disrupted the transmission of the information she was sending. She looked quite startled and alarmed.
What is it that you think you know that you're being spied on for?
I don't know, man. That's part
Why
of the
would they
mystery.
want to spy on you?
I don't know.
What do you have?
I mean, they've got to do base research for investigations into an area of investigation that's a more widespread one.
Yeah.
So I would say what's going on is actually not even really that much related to Tiny as much as it is something close to him. We have to investigate it.
Yeah.
We got to
Or-
figure out what's going on.
Yeah, or maybe they're just studying the human race as a whole. You know, like we study animals.
The human
but
race is
really we're the test subjects. That's what I'm kind of figuring out now.
We're not the test subjects.
Well, we think we're studying them, but they're studying us. So everything they're studying our behaviors. I mean, there has to be some reason every time that I get up and go somewhere in my house, Special Agent Pibble is right there. She even sits right beside me while I take a poo-poo.
So you're saying when I taught William, it was a group effort teaching William how to use the bell to go outside to go potty.
Yeah.
He was actually teaching me that when he hits the bell, I have to take him outside.
Yes, but I feel like there's more to it than that.
Okay.
He was seeing how your brain processed
Okay.
information,
Yes.
and how you use that to relate to another entity
Right.
to quote unquote train them. See, he knew all along what you wanted,
Okay.
but he wanted to see your reaction to various stimuli. Yeah,
I'm going to have to interrogate him at some point.
yeah.
I would love to, but he
Scream
runs.
into his antenna.
Yeah.
He runs from me just existing.
Why do they smell butts?
Look, the regular internet says that dogs have that gland in their booty that gives them a unique scent, kind of like a thumbprint.
So it's like ESP, like they can download the memories of the other dog
It could be.
Yeah,
with their
and-
nose holes.
It could be like a blind drop situation, like Spies would do back in the day. You know, they go to the park, they drop, the
Can't know
package,
who it
somebody
is.
else picks it up. Yeah, it could be like that.
Or it could be like Forrest Gump, where he was talking about people's shoes, and he was saying like how it would, you can tell a lot about them, where they're going and where they've been. It's a lot like shoes, but that's what dogs do with sniffing assholes.
Probably.
Yeah, you know where they've been going. Where they've been.
Yeah.
What you been eating? Hey, what's your life like? You stressed? I don't smell none of that. You fertile?
Ooh, that was a stressful part right there. Woo! A lot of stress coming out in that one.
While I'm back here, what else is back? Oh boy, dog hump. That was a dog hump sound. I'm sorry.
That's what it sounds like when dogs hump?
I don't know. Ask William. I can't talk to him anymore.
So can we remake the song When Doves Cry, but when dogs hump?
this is what it's like when dogs hump.
Yeah, I think it sounds good. I don't know how to get through my topic now without thinking about my sweet little William spying on me.
He probably wrote this topic for you.
He probably
Marcus,
did.
don't do that. Now it makes me not want to do it anymore.
He's probably wrote all your topics since he's been here.
And that would make your topic fake. Like it's not real.
Yeah.
You know what? Speaking of fake and not real, thank you, Austin.
Yeah.
Must be nice.
For somebody to set the segue up on a tee. Hey, most of the time I have to wait for it and then I dive in. So you'll get there. It'll be fine.
You'll do it, boo.
Have you guys ever seen bootleg action figures before?
Unfortunately.
Yes.
Marcus?
I mean, I've seen like fan-made action figures.
Okay, so
of
like
some-
not actual like physical ones.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen what you're talking about.
Okay, because
Is this just a way for you to talk about Jesus transforming Christ again?
no, but there's something that can relate to that here in a little bit whenever I get to it.
Go bots.
I've got a new passion, and that new passion is bootleg action figures, because while I've never seen one in the wild, looking at pictures of these things on the internet brings me more joy than it probably should. Because bootleg is when something is done illegally. Like when you make something illegally that copies something else that's legal. Yeah. Because like moonshine, wasn't that like bootlegging? Like
Yeah.
whenever they made moonshine, it was illegal to make it, but they would make it and then mass produce it.
Yeah. You know where the term bootleg actually came from?
Because they would hide them in their boots
On their legs.
on their legs.
Yep.
Wait, really?
Hide what?
Bottles of liquor.
Bootlegging.
Bootleg. That's why it's called that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you're not going to put these action figures in your boots or your legs, but you probably could. So I was just looking around, and I wanted to bring this as my topic, so I did. But it's more of a physical thing. Like this is an audio medium, so I'm going to have to do my best at describing these bootleg action figures to all of you listening to us now, and I hope that you can sit through this and get a little bit of enjoyment of it, out of it.
Yeah, daddy.
Get a little bit of enjoyment out of it. If you go on Google and you type bootleg action figures, you'll be able to pull up a lot of these. So, but I've actually got a lot of pictures for you gentlemen to show here as I describe them. So the first on this list of bootleg action figures that I have pulled up, one is called Revenger's Endless Tussle.
Ooh.
The Incredible Fella. And it's the Hulk. But it's just it's a cheap Hulk action figure, but the image on the cardstock on the back of the figure is a 3D made like just green man.
Can I see that a little
The face
closer,
kind of
please?
looks like
It
Shrek.
kind of looks like Shrek. If
looks-
you really want to
Looks
look
like a buff
it kind
Shrek.
of looks like Shrek.
It reminds me a lot of something they'd make on like Monster Factory. Like, this is my boy. This is my boy. He's the green medium, not giant, not small like a dwarf. He's the green medium.
Yeah, so
I swear to God, I had that. I had one of those.
like a Revenger Endless Tussle figure.
I had that action figure. I don't know about the card.
Yeah, but no, that's what they do with a lot of these bootleg
So
toys.
they just they resell an old one.
Exactly, but you package it with something different, and you can't package it exactly the way that it was made before with like Avengers
I get it.
packaging, because then you could
I
be
get it.
sued or whatever.
See, I thought they go ahead. Sorry.
So yeah, what did you think?
Well, I guess I was thinking like fan made, kind of like I knew about fan made action figures.
Oh, there
but
are
then like
some.
of the whole. Okay, good.
Oh,
good.
there are some.
I can't wait to see those.
The next on my list is the Super Avengers, and this character's name is Beat Magnum King, super lore champion. Now, what character in the Avengers would you guys think that Beat Magnum King is?
Say,
Doctor Strange.
Okay.
I would have said the Hulk, but
Okay.
for some reason, I'm going to go with Iron Man.
Okay.
Beat Magnum
Beat Magnum King. He's in the
Thor.
Super Avengers. Thor?
Thor.
Okay, well, it's Batman. So this,
Wow.
It's cowless Batman.
it's just a poorly made Batman action
Beat.
figure, and his name is Beat Magnum King, and he's now a part of the Super Avengers. And as we all...
And he even had the cowl you could snap on his face. It looked just like Batman.
so good. Okay, and as we all know, our
I want
favorite
some of these.
our favorite sci-fi action film being Star Raiders, and this is a Star Raiders action figure of what seems to be Chewbacca with a lacy piece of string tied around his neck, and he's wearing pants. And also Slothman happens to be Chewbacca as well. And so,
The long clothes. I want Slothman. I want it so bad.
just a Chewbacca with bugged out eyes, man.
No, it's Sloth Man.
Oh, Tony, I got about 20 more of these, so you got to get ready, buddy. Ooh, this is what I was doing the whole time I was looking these up. Okay, so next is one that's called Stars Warseers, and there is Karate Farmer, Door Ladder, and this specific one is Wise Puppet. And
Little on the nose there. Little on the friggin' nose for Yoda.
Wise Puppet is Yoda. He's just got a man's face.
a goatee?
And he's got a goatee. All right, that's Wise Puppet from our favorite movie, Stars Warseers.
Did I just lactate? I just laughed.
Okay.
Oh God.
Next,
I'm gonna pass out.
You can milk an Austin too.
next are a
both of
bunch
us.
from a fake line of Star Wars Episode 1 figures. I'm going to go through and they're all the actual figures from them, but I'm going to let you know the names of these characters, and you probably know exactly who they are by the names that these toys have been named. The first one is Mace Windu, Toby 1, the Emperor Daft Sirius. Little Girl is just young Anakin Skywalker.
What?
Little Girl? The action figure says Little Girl, and it's just young Anakin Skywalker. Oh my God. The next one is Flygon Jinn. Dennis, as we all know.
Dennis.
Is that Darth Maul?
Is that a picture of? Is that Darth Maul with a picture of Padme next to him?
Darth Maul's real name apparently is Dennis. Oh man! Oh God! Then there is
I want Dennis too.
I want Dennis so bad.
I'm hurt.
Oh, then there's Queen, Glorious Star Lord, Upright Slug, Conehead R2-3PO, which is a silver version of C-3PO, and then there's just What. There's a character named What.
What?
Show me Upright Slug.
There he is.
Oh God.
He's not even a Star Wars character. He's a thing with a bird face. Okay, so Star Wars has a bunch of really good ones. Everybody, you can
These
find
people
you can find
are shameless.
plenty of those. And then we have, of course, everyone's favorite ghost busting squad, Spook Chasers. So they're Spook Chasers. It's a Spook Chasers action figure with an old man with white hair and red sunglasses. So he's everybody's favorite ghost buster.
That's super 80s looking.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic.
Kind of Scooby Doo ish.
So here in the States, we have Spider-Man. We all love Spider-Man. At least I do. He's my favorite Marvel character. But if you really want to find a really good action figure of him, you might want to look for the Super Spitting Silk Man, because you'll find the Super Spitting Silk Man in a 4-pack of a lot of Spider-Man action figures. but he's also known as Spader-Man. So if you find a good copy of Spader-Man, get Spader-Man. He's a good action figure. As well as, didn't know there's a sequel to Spader-Man, but there is Spader-Man Unmatched. And it's a pack of 4 matching Spader-Man action figures. Matching in an unmatched Spader-Man action figure.
So it's just
Control
4 of the
pet
same
population.
figures?
It's just 4 of the same Spider-Man.
Oh
Here's
my
my favorite.
gosh.
Here's my favorite Spider-Man action figure that no one listening to this can see, but hopefully I can describe it. The package just says, well, it's Spider-Man, so they did a good job there. But then it says, come on, enjoy the pleasure together. And it's just an army crawling Spider-Man with a gun.
With 2 guns.
That's his backup gun.
He's like prone. He's like in prone sniping position.
Yes.
You've got one sniping M16, and you got the other M16 for not sniping. That's your sidearm. That's your sidearm.
See, the quickest reload is another gun.
Is another gun, and our favorite Spider-Man has one. And we love the Ninja Turtles. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are some of our favorites. We've talked about them before. Well, if you find new style Ninja Tortoise, you're going to have a really, really fun action figure because
Its legs are too small.
it's dumpy. It's just a dumpy little Ninja Turtle, and the center of his chest says tortoise. So just in case you forget. That's,
His eye thing is brown.
I would bet you that is just a sticker you pull off. Just
hope
you pull
so.
off the sticker that says tortoise, and you pull off that S sticker, and it's just an L sticker for Leonardo underneath it.
It's better than any Ninja Turtle I've ever had. Also, the Ninja Turtles can be known as amicable Herculean, and that's going to be a haunting action figure of a Ninja Turtle in a trench coat.
Why is his side the size of a sword?
His
it
face
a
is
sword.
red.
His whole face is red, and he has nose holes drilled into the head of
But
the
in the
action
picture
figure.
on the card, his face is green.
Well, no, his mask encompasses his whole face.
He has teeth. He has fangs. He has fangs.
He does.
Is he a vampire tortoise?
Apparently.
He's an amicable Herculean.
It's
That's what he
amazing.
is.
Plenty
He's
of
from Transylvania.
plenty of fake Ninja Turtle stuff out there. Also, we love the superhero team Justice League, but you happen to stumble across this in a store somewhere that's called Sense of Right Village. And that's going to have, what else in this package? In the package of Sense of Right Village, you're going to have the blue character from Cars, a blue Power Ranger, Superman, Batman, Sporterman, and Shrek.
Oh my god!
Hold on.
This is all one. This is
Hold on.
It's a whole set.
Hold on. Does Shrek have a freaking beard? Is that
Oh
He
my
may.
god!
I think he may.
hold on. He's also got a blue face.
Hold on. What are his ears? Those aren't his normal appendages. Those bat wings on his head.
It looks like if Shrek and Chef had a love child. That is
I never knew I wanted to see Shrek with a beard.
Hello, children. Get out of my swamp.
Well, we find Shrek in more than just one Justice League bootleg action figure pack.
Is he supposed to be the Hulk?
Well, he's a great hero.
He is a great hero, and this one's called Superman Big Alliance. And in the Superman Big Alliance action figure pack, there is no Superman action figure. It's just a Ninja Turtle, the Thing, our favorite ogre once again, and 4 Power Rangers that I've never seen before.
Hold on, twist that towards me. Here.
Okay, here you go. Here you can
Oh
see
my
that.
gosh, those are from different genres and different ages of Power Rangers.
Yeah.
All of them.
They look like different Super Sentai.
They
They
probably are. There's not a single Superman in Superman Big Alliance. At this point, if you're not having fun, skip ahead to the end of the episode. Because next is Superheroes Justice League. Collect them all. Spider-Man, Batman, Naruto, and Iron Man.
Oh my gosh, this is chaos.
Oh, there are no rules.
God, it's a glitch in the Matrix in every pack.
There are no
Like,
rules.
you don't know.
Every bootleg action figure is something that we would make up on this podcast.
Hold on. Have we slipped into
smack
an,
it.
What was that? Thank you,
Have we
Daddy.
slipped into an alternate dimension via wormhole? Like, is this the Berenstain Bears thing, except with all the superheroes that we know and love?
I think so. I think they've all been
And
a part of
Shrek.
the same
And
world. And Shrek. But
Is Donkey in one of them?
this, I didn't see Donkey, but I'm sure he's
Dang.
out there. This actually has a lot to do with Marcus's topic in our new movie because Boy Deformation is actually a Buzz Lightyear action figure.
Boy deformation. Super robot, cool shape.
Super robot, cool shape.
It's a Buzz Lightyear that transforms into a race car.
Yeah, and on the bottom it says Deformation, robots in disguise.
Wow.
Oh, boy.
Deformation, robots
And
in disguise.
I'm not sure if you guys remember the movie Robert Cop 2, but I'm pretty sure in Robert Cop 2, he says the line, "I'll be back." Because Robert Cop is the furniture of law enforcement.
Furniture.
According to this packaging for Robert Cop 2.
Oh, God.
Oh, that's
Next, one of my favorites is Big Fella. Big Fella's just a Godzilla action figure.
It's just literally everything of an original Godzilla, except for the words in like it's like 90s game show. Big fella.
I now know what I'm about to start collecting. Thank you, Dane.
Me too. I cannot wait to have a and if you're a listener of the show and you happen to come across a bootleg action figure, please message us on any of our social media to get this to us somehow. We will pay you.
Yes.
The next one in the series, there's only 9 more, so everybody buckle up. This one's just called Train Transformable. It's Thomas the Tank Engine, but he's Voltron.
Someone's gonna have to call his family.
I'm going to have a heart attack.
It's a 3-in-1 train made of 5 action figures.
Oh my gosh, it's just like a Power Rangers like
Just like your
Megazord,
mom.
but
Yeah.
Thomas the Train.
oh
So,
my god.
yeah, imagine Voltron, but Thomas the train engine is the head of it. The next one is Mobile Suit Garfield. I have Mondays.
I have Mondays.
I have Mondays.
So do I.
It's just,
I relate to him so much.
this one is a mech Garfield with a 12-pack and some pecs that would make a bird jealous.
Give me that Garfield.
Another one of my favorites. This is like an old, I guess, 60s robot style packaging here. This one, the name of the figure is called Leave Me Alone, and it's Tales of the Hexapod Hermit. Now, the great part about this is there's some backstory on the front of the packaging. It's just a tall, slender robot. Just think of a tall, slender robot. That's what this is. It's very generic. But it says, he was built in their image. He rejected them. Now they want him back. And that's that's a whole movie just ready to happen. Love it. Absolutely love it.
Wow.
Another favorite. This one calls back on a topic that Tiny had brought us. This one's called Alien Man, and it's the head of one of the
my
aliens from
God.
Alien, and just a man's body.
If you could even call it a man's body.
Now, again, we have some backstory on the front of the packaging. It says, because he dared to dream and never stopped believing.
What?
It's just a man with an alien head.
It's a xenomorph that wanted to be a real boy?
That's all it was.
Was
So
his
it's like-
name Pinocchio?
He never gave
It's
up.
like-
That's all I know about him.
Oh my.
Now, I think I've already mentioned a couple of times that some of these are my favorites, but I think this might actually be it, and the rest were lies, because this one's called Slam Dump, and it's it's NyQuil Jordan, and he plays for the Chicago Balls.
Oh my God!
God, that's worse than what Nick's dad did with the Chicago Bills.
And you can tell they've just put Michael Jordan's face, but then just like
Warped it.
yeah.
Oh, and he's number 22, and his jersey even says balls on it. So if you ever find a Slam Dump action figure named NyQuil Jordan, please contact me. I need to own it.
Your boo thing works at Big Lots. If you're going to find those anywhere, you can find those at Big Lots. They have those.
Yes, you can get a Slam Dump figure there, sure. Tiny, you mentioned Pokemon, which is actually Pocket Monsters. You call them Pocket Men.
Pocket Men.
Which is now what I call them. But how about Politic Pat? Politic Pat is magnetic Pokemon toys, and it's got the whole gang back there and just a bunch of Pokemon inside the packaging. So Politic Pat is now my new favorite video game. But if I don't like Politic Pat, I can always play Pocket Monica. Jump 'em chess. Kick others back in this race ahead game, but don't get caught, or you being knocked out. Oh, no, you being kick out. So Pocket Monica is also another name for Pokemon. And here's one that I would actually love to see a movie of. This one's called Pokebusters, and it's Misty and Gengar, but they are members of the Ghostbusters. Imagine a movie or a show about Misty, the Pokemon trainer, and her Pokemon Gengar going on ghost-busting adventures.
Wow.
Wouldn't that be a lot of fun?
It looks like those backpacks that they use for the proton packs are probably made out of folded felt pieces.
Yep, and it's just a green Gengar in there. It's very good.
I actually would love to have the green Gengar.
Sometimes it feels good to go busting.
The next one is a robot called God Jesus. And it's just,
Why's he got a bouquet?
He's a fancy boy. He's a fancy
he's got
boy.
a bouquet with him, and his name is God Jesus.
He wants to
and
take you on a
he's
date.
just a cute little white little robot with some blue accents and some scary red eyes. Finally on our list is Elastic Doll. Nothing too crazy about this one, except he looks like a what's the one that you can stretch into Tuesday?
Stretch Armstrong.
Stretch Armstrong, that one. He looks like Stretch Armstrong with one of those army men from Worms. You know the video game Worms? It's like an army worm game. That's what the head looks like on this Stretch Armstrong doll. But what I love about the packaging is it just says in all caps with exclamation points, "Stretch me, feel my skin, touch me." And
he's just the ugliest little thing.
yeah, and it
it's
just
hideous.
says in large numbers at the very bottom, 400%. So it's 4 times what you get in any other action figure.
That's great.
Now,
I hate it.
if you didn't
ugly.
enjoy this segment because, oh man, this is a podcast, I'm supposed to listen to funny things, not hear about what things look like. Go on the Google, type in bootleg action figure, and you'll see every single one of these. Or Tiny here in a little bit is going to tell you exactly where you can go to find them. And Austin may mention a couple places too.
Yeah.
But we do that part after I mentioned that you need to go on iTunes and Spotify and go and listen to us there like you're doing right now. And then go to iTunes and then put 5 stars rating on us, because 4 stars is actually a bootleg rating. And you do not want that because the cops will come for you. I've already called them.
Yes. And, 5 stars.
Yeah,
5
if you
stars is
have
good.
proof of those 5 stars, then the cops will leave your house. They will no longer bother you, and then you can sell me the rest of your bootleg action figures.
Yes, and if you give 5 stars, and create some buzz, that helps to give me a Woody. And so then if you wanted to talk about it, you can find us on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook at Nerd Grapevine. Or if you wanted to donate to the Patreon, you could find us at Best Friends, Tiny Inc., and you would be able to donate just a little bit if you wanted to. That would be awesome, and you'd receive a Nerd It Through the Grapevine sticker and be able to unlock future content that you might not be able to hear on the normal recordings from the podcast.
And that brings us to Discord. But first, I have a question. When you said Woody, was you talking about a Bonaire or Woody like from Mom's Toy Story?
That's for me to know and you to find out.
Nice. So hit us up on Discord, Nerded Through the Grapevine podcast. It's a public server. Join us. We're live, uncut, and uncensored. We post all kinds of things, memes and whatnot.
I'll post all these pictures on there.
No, yeah, we'll post pictures on there so you get to see these
All of the action figures.
amazing action figures. They're so
good.
amazing.
So
and I also want to see pictures of your little spies.
We need to be
Animals.
okay.
Spies. Your little animal
we're gonna need to
spies.
be a little more specific.
Yeah,
there.
the animals that are spying on you, post pictures of those. I love seeing people's quote unquote pets.
You know, little Millie is prepared to be here very soon. We've got just a couple weeks, and I think that she has been plotting already to steal my heart. And I'm perfectly fine with that. She's going to be like 9 pounds, and it's that time of the year. Everybody, we all celebrate. Just shake your bells and ring a ding and ring ting tingling too. I messed it up, and I don't care. It's that time that we ask the question that's been plaguing everybody's minds all week. And Tiny, Dane, when life gives you grapes,
I think I'll package it in something that says Gramps, Grampes, because I love to chew on Gramps. I love Gramps. I want to touch them, feel them. They're 400%. 400% Gramps. That's what I want to do with my grapes.
grapes.
Gramps.
Gramps.
Everyone wants some Grampe juice?
Grapes.
Tiny, would you like some of my Grampe juice?
Absolutely not.
Marcus, would you like some of my Grampe juice?
It tastes great.
Austin, would you like some of my Grampe juice?
Only if it's mine.
Now that's
It. Stop it. I hate that so much.
Did we really turn Sheriff Woody
I gotta
and
take
Buzz Lightyear into dildos?